Up next, it's time for Truth or Fake. Catalina Marchand Abreu is here in studio. Catalina, you're taking us back to our top story this evening. Ukraine saying Russia fired a new kind of missile at the city of Dnipro. What more do we know?
Exactly, Sharon. There's still lots of confusion regarding this strike that hit central Ukrainian city of Dnipro this Thursday. Initially, Ukraine claimed that Russia had launched an intercontinental ballistic missile overnight without providing much more evidence, except for videos like these here posted by the Ukrainian Defense Forces. Videos that nevertheless, they do remain blurry and of low quality. The only thing that this video really reveals are that there are these 6 flashes that are against the sky, revealing that this is some type of missile. We just don't know which. So this is the only type of evidence that we saw early in the day. So the use of an ICBM would have had huge geopolitical implications, a clear sign of escalation, since it would have been the first time that Moscow would have used such a weapon in this war. Just for you to get an idea of what the use of this missile entails, this missile exceeds 5,500 kilometers, which is beyond what is needed to attack Ukraine. Also considering that such missiles are designed to carry atomic warheads. Hence, the use of one would serve as a reminder of Russia's nuclear capability. What we do know so far as a fact, this based on a geolocation service from GeoConfirmed, is that this Russian missile did in fact hit what seems to be an industrial area in southwest Dnipro. Here we're going to show you in this image the video from the night of the missiles that we saw, and here an image during the day where we could distinguish some of the same elements in both. For instance, here in yellow, we have this carousel that is also pointed out over there. Also in orange, this traffic sign. And here in red is the roof of this building. So the same elements that prove that this missile strike did occur in Dnipro. However, without more visual evidence, it's still unclear what specific weapon was used for this attack.
Now, Vladimir Putin, he did speak about all of this in a TV address to the Russian nation earlier. Take us through what authorities are saying about what is actually known about this missile, Catalina.
That's right, Sharon. Before President Putin spoke, there have been various conflicting reports that emerged over what weapon was used in this attack. We'll take you through these reports. We started off the day with these reports that Ukraine claiming that Russia carried out a strike on the central city of Dnipro with an intercontinental ballistic missile. However, U.S. officials were quick to dispute Ukraine's ICBM claims. An initial U.S. assessment actually shows that the strike came, what they say, anonymous sources, from an intermediate range ballistic missile, not an ICBM. As experts interviewed by the BBC also cast doubts on the Ukrainian claims. They say that the use of these missiles, the U.S. would have also actually detected the launch of an ICBM missile by the Russian military, going on alert, fearing it was actually a nuclear attack. Then the suspense on the matter increased even more as Russia's Foreign Ministry of Affairs spokesperson, Maria Zakharova, received this phone call in the middle of a press briefing from a man that you could hear in the video. You could hear her telling her not to comment at all on the ballistic missile strike in what he says this factory in Dnipro. Then he says that the Westerns are all talking about. So at this point, the only confirmation that we do have from the Russians is from this phone call that they strike this factory in the Ukrainian city of Dnipro, information that also coincides with the geolocation services that we showed earlier. Finally, as we mentioned, Russian President Vladimir Putin finally spoke out a few hours ago, declaring that Ukraine was actually hit not with an ICBM, but with an intermediate range missile by Russia, backing also the U.S. version with what they call a new type of conventional intermediate range missile. However, the story is still developing. There's still studies going forward as the UN nonetheless condemns this as yet another worrying development, calling on all parties to de-escalate the conflict that seems to be going on the wrong direction.
Catalina, thanks so much for taking us through all of that. That's tonight's Truth or Fake. Do stay with us. We'll be right back with more world news.